All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we just got Manny Diaz out of the way, we're about to have a talent from KXW on the show. His name is Josh Snyper. He is very well known in KXW. I have had a conversation with him once before. Relatively decent guy, if you ask me, especially than being a heel. But we all know that I enjoy seeing the heels on the shows and having conversations with them. So today tonight we're going to talk a few things regarding KXW's most recent pay-per-view called Misery Business, and he fought ZedZilla for the Cogeco Championship, their network title over on KXW. So here in a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and bring him on the show and see maybe what he has to say about KXW and a few other things regarding KXW. So tonight it's been real fun. We've had a lot of fun talking with Manny, getting to know him a little bit. As you do know, him and I had a few matches in the back, back a couple weeks ago, couple months. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun chatting with him. So now we're going to go ahead and bring Josh Snyper on the show and get to know him a bit, because I haven't really been able to talk to him much. I know he's been asking to come on the show back when I was running Virtual Chaos with my former tag partner, Phoenix Fusion. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and bring him on the show whenever he is ready. Hopefully that'll be here soon. Powerhouse, how are you, my friend? So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to bring Josh Snyper on the show to talk to him, see what's going on. I can't join the broadcast at this time. So apparently I can't bring him on the show right now. Might be because I'm on here. Sorry about that. Just brought on my Wi-Fi. So Josh, if you want to go ahead and try and or send that. Why is it doing this? All right, let's try this again. Send invite. There we go. Now we're adding them in. So Josh Snyper, I'm sorry, is coming on the show to chat a bit. Josh Snyper, Mr. Cogeco champion, how are you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good. Waiting where I am, unfortunately, because, Mother Nature sucks. But besides that, I'm the champ, so I can't really complain much.
Can you hear me, my friend? Okay, there we go. No, I couldn't hear you for a second. So, how are you today, man? I couldn't hear you there for a second.
I'll say good at training where I am, but champion, so can't complain.
Oh, yeah, I felt that, man. I'm a world champion myself, so you should know a bit about that as you're holding on to your title here. So, few things I want to touch on. One of those being the championship that you're holding there. You just recently won that at Misery Business, if I'm not mistaken, fighting Mr. ZedZilla, one of the guys that you pinned in the 8-man elimination match. So, you want to go ahead and touch on that a bit?
Well, I won it on the first episode of Voltage. Last pin ZedZilla. And then he started, bitching and moaning because, I was the last one out there. So I gladly gave him a rematch, and then he just happened to, fail again because I beat him.
Right. For sure. So how much, or sorry, how does it feel, rather, to be the face of the network, Cogeco network?
It feels good. They clearly like me as their champion. They personally wanted me to be their champion. They personally requested I was in the match. They knew that I was the man for the job to hold this title. So, it feels good to know that there's some people who respect my ability and respect and know I have what it takes to be champion.
Of course. So now I do know that a few months ago, before KXW made its comeback, you guys did sign a new deal with Cogeco, and they signed you on. Is that correct?
Yes, they signed me to a deal without a certain person's knowledge, because we'll probably get into him later.
Of course.
And they signed me without that knowledge and brought me in. And one of the deals in the contract I signed was I would be in the 8-man elimination match.
Okay. So how did this whole offer come about from Cogeco?
I was sitting at home, chillaxing, where I got a call from an executive of Cogeco. I won't name any names in case a certain person's watching and decides to make a hissy fit about it.
Of course.
But executive called me saying they had a deal with KXW, and they would like me to come back in with KXW. Now, I wasn't sure. I can't say if they wanted me in, like, specifically just for my talent, or they partially wanted to stir the pot with a certain someone because they know me and him don't get along. Because I did talk to him.
Right.
If that's the case, they got that they were both ways. Because me and that Mr. Somebody have a brutal war coming up when I will beat him and his team like I do any other time we're in the counter. But when it comes to deal, they asked me if they would like to have a meeting. So I went there. We had a long meeting with negotiations. But yeah, when the same day they signed the deal with KXW, I signed my deal with them.
Right. Well, that's mighty. That's a mighty big turnaround for you, my friend. Just coming back to KXW and getting a deal and becoming the face of a network. So I do want to touch on something that may or may not be a bit of a touchy subject, something that may strike a nerve. And that is the collapse of GXW. Some might say that it was the dark days of KXW, or maybe the KXW being the first movie of Pirates of the Caribbean and GXW being the rest of them. So what are your thoughts on that? How do you feel about the collapse?
When it comes to the collapse, it is a very long story. So I won't go into the full thing of how I purchased KXW, because I owned it. That's when it was GXW, and because that's just too long of a goddamn thing to go over.
Right.
When I did change the name from KXW to GXW because I wanted to take it globally, so I thought Global Extreme Wrestling, which was the name, was a good name for it. A certain individuals, including a certain someone, decided to have a bitchy whine fest about it. Thought I was ruining the legacy and shitting on the KXW name, even though I literally, except for changing one letters, kept every title, kept this thing. I even kept a certain somebody's little 24/7 damn title. So but somehow I'm still ruining its legacy, even though I included the legacy from KXW to GXW. And then as we were going on, I started trusting certain people when it comes to who to bring in. It didn't end up going as planned, as certain individuals, and most of the individuals that those people end up signing and becoming massive divas and started having big egos and weren't happy when they weren't the center of goddamn attention. And most of them, once they weren't getting what they wanted, left. They ended up costing me a bunch of money. I still will not forgive them for it. They can all go kiss my ass. But I ended up having to fold GXW, and then I gave them, certain people who were with me, control of what to do with it afterwards, because it was still in my possession, didn't know what to do. I was unaware that not long after they would sell it immediately back to that certain someone. I don't even know how that certain someone found out it was available, unless they either called him or they have a mold, but I'm not even going to get into that because I frankly don't care, because that's just not worth my energy right now. So that's what happened. GXW forward because of massive people who think they have massive egos, and it came down to it closed. That certain someone now owns it, KX thing, put it immediately back to KXW, and then one thing led to another, and now we're here now.
Of course. So now, usually when I'm doing these interviews, I do like to touch on a few of the personal things with the person I'm interviewing. So tell us a few things about Josh Snyper that no one knows about. Like, who is Josh Snyper, and what is Josh Snyper all about?
Well, there's not really much to me, in fairness, besides the fact of what I do for a living, I guess the way to describe it. I'm very determined, and I'm very goal-oriented. So when I signed Backpacks over and they told me about this title, that was all that was on my mind. And that was all my focus was. Well, besides messing with that certain someone. But, that's a goal that will probably never die. But, there's some things about me and my personal life I choose to keep to myself. Slowly, some things started to be. I started to reveal things like Tom Terror and my thing with him, and slowly the past of my stuff has come out when it comes to what's going on with me and Christian Payne, and it's something where there was something I will keep hidden and some things I will reveal, and that's just kind of the way my thing has always been.
Of course. So we've touched on quite a bit. Your match at Misery Business for the Cogeco Championship against ZedZilla, in which you retained, obviously with you holding on to that title right now. Being the face of Cogeco Network, the collapse of GXW, So now we're going to get into some of the talent that is on KXW these days. One of those being a really good friend of mine, Adam Styles. How does Josh Snyper feel about Adam Styles signing with KXW? Because I know I've seen your reaction videos, and I've seen the reaction video of Adam Styles revealing that he signed with KXW along with the first episode of Chilling with the Villain. You had a few things to say, so I kind of want you to touch on that a little bit. Let's see what you got to say about Adam Styles.
All right. So let's what do I gotta say about Adam Styles? So first, let me make this thing. At the beginning, I had no issue with Adam Styles because the man dressed in a nice suit, had a good little beard. You know, you can't complain about that. Got talent, you know, you can't really complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
The man talks very highly of himself, though. Very highly of himself. And when you talk very highly of yourself and make yourself seem to be the top, and you ain't at the top, the people who are close to that level also are going to take umbrage to it. So that's what happened with me. Especially when Mr. Styles talked about wanting to either join forces or battle me in the ring. And he ain't come looking for me. And he ain't came talking about joining forces with me. So clearly he had a goal and then kind of just forgot about it. Let me also. So, and then he brings that certain someone onto his show, brings that certain someone there, just to specifically talk shit about me, mainly. And then also, let's not forget, also, decided to call me a certain name, knowing it would drive me insane, and that just leads to someone getting punched, usually in most cases. So he's really pushing the buttons of me here, and you know, he might wanna hold off on that because he don't want no. I'll tell you that.
Okay. So it seems like you have some mixed feelings with Adam Styles, which I won't lie, he does push a lot of buttons, sadly, and he does not know when to shut his mouth in some cases. That being last week on the show when he said what I'm assuming is your real name and that name you don't like too much. So as far as the joining forces, I have talked with Adam on multiple occasions about it, and he is still all for it. He is just waiting for the right moment to find you, because he knows where to find you. It's no secret. You're always with KXW. You're there. You're a champion. So Adam will eventually come and find you and have that conversation. As for when, I don't know. He won't tell me anything. Hell, he doesn't even tell his son anything. So, well, now I want to kind of switch gears a little bit and talk about a few of the other KXW stars. One of those being a man that you just mentioned a few minutes ago, Tom Terror. What are your thoughts on Tom Terror, and what are some of the things you got to say about him?
Well, not sure if you are aware of this, but me and Tom Terror are actually brothers.
Oh?
Yep, we're brothers.
Okay.
But we have always kind of gone separate of each other. We never joined forces. We've never really teamed together. None of that really ever happened because he always had his goal in mind, and he wanted to be a hardcore, crazy deathmatch guy, just what he is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not who I am. So we've always kind of gone a separate path. We chose not to address that we were brothers, most of our career. Just because again we wouldn't want end up because when people know your family and that they're just gonna start targeting them and bringing them into each other's and we don't need that
Right.
stuff. We'll have different things we want to do. Also, I mean, the guy clearly at some point in this goddamn life when we start talking went off the goddamn deep end. I mean, he looks like a fucking psychopath. I don't know what the hell's gone through his ass. When it comes down to thoughts on him, I mean, he's kind of insane, I will say. I mean, we've seen the stuff he did before. It be like he attempted to kill a man. He did choke slam on Anderson off the top of a truck and almost attempt to paralyze the guy. You kind of ain't more crazy and nutcase than that. So, plus, apparently, he found a new hobby for a while where he would put someone's head against a ring post and boot it trying to kill them. So, not exactly much to associate with there. So,
That's definitely true. You're definitely not wrong about that.
now, when I also ask, is he a possible person for my survival team? Because if I'm going to beat that certain somebody's team, should I probably want a guy who will literally end people to win? Most likely, yes. But we'll see.
Definitely. Definitely sounds like you've got a plan for survival.
I got a plan.
Of course. So now I want to switch gears to this certain somebody that you keep bringing up and not mentioning his name. So I want to go ahead and break the name. I'm going to go ahead and drop the name here. Christian Payne. Now I know you guys have your differences and your issues. As you mentioned, of course. Yeah, of course. I have a feeling that I'm going to regret asking this question. But what is Josh Snyper's thoughts on the owner of KXW, Christian Payne?
Oh, God, how long do we go? Okay, let me see.
Oh, we've got all day, man. We've got all night, man. We've got all night.
Okay, good, because this might go on for a while. What are my thoughts on Christian? Well, I think he's a piece of shit. How would you start with the great thing like that? I'm just going to get it right out of the way. Because we're talking about a guy who just makes so many excuses for why everything goes wrong and why thing. And he came on to the first show, and he had the balls to say that my issue with him was insecurities. My issue with him was insecurities, and he's the most insecure man on the goddamn planet. I mean, we're talking about a guy who, when KXW started, let me remind you, brought in a title just so he had a championship. That's what the 24/7 title originally was. The 24/7 was the title that he brought in because he couldn't win any other one. So he brought in that one. That's also, and then, he lost it, and then he won it, then he lost it, then he won it, then he would have been mad because he didn't have it, so they kept giving him rematches for it just so he would get it, so he'd shut up. Mm-hmm. It's classic him. He's always complaining, always bitching. Goddamn guy. This is another thing that's funny. When it came to GXW, I didn't want to bring him in Because when they started KXW, he made sure I wasn't brought in when KXW first started. I wasn't working for KXW when it first started. So I don't know what he's going on when he says I've been there since the beginning. Also, because I wasn't there at the beginning, because his stinking ass made sure I wasn't there.
Okay.
I had to fight to get in to KXW, and I gave him the chance to fight in GXW, and he was in there, and he got his job back with the help of his family, because that's always how his dang career has gone. With the help of family, he gets everything done, because he can't do anything on his own. Still wouldn't surprise me if it's there. I'm still waiting for. I'm still waiting for. I bet your survival team will be his family, because he needs them to back his. He needs them to hold his hand to get through everything.
Right. Right.
Oh, I need to. I got my.
Oh,
No.
hold on. Is that Christian Payne?
You're right. You're right.
Ladies
You're not hard to find.
Gentlemen, it looks like Christian Payne is in the. I'm getting word from the back, ladies and gentlemen, that this might be Christian Payne.
Here's the thing.
It is Christian.
This is going to be on the line, and you think I need my family to hold my hand. I don't, and trust me, you're going to need every person on that team to hold you close, because trust me, whoever pins you is gonna win this title, the Cogeco Championship. Doesn't matter if it's me, doesn't matter if it's anybody else. This little phase of your career of being back in KXW is over, and God damn it, I'm gonna be the one to close the book.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word from the back that it seems like it's going to be a Cogeco Championship match at Survival. Now, can we get word from the back if Joshua Snyper is okay? I mean, he just got jumped. He had no. I don't know what to think about. This has never happened on any of my episodes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to think. Josh, are you okay? What
the hell just happened?
I guess you're fighting for the Cogeco Championship at Survival, is what Christian Payne just said, holding your title. He said that that whoever pins you is going to be the Cogeco champion after Survival.
I'm gonna.
I don't know if this is official. We haven't gotten any word from the back yet, but
just get away. Man just committed breaking and entering. He just broke into my home here. Just jumped me. What the hell?
We just seen that. Are you okay? We can call the authorities or.
Well, no, I'll deal with that. I just he threw a title belt at the back of my head, so that was fun. But I think I should be fine. I
hope that everything's okay. I'm just about as confused as you are. I've never had this happen on any of my shows. What are your thoughts on this? Are you okay with fighting for your Cogeco Championship in what I believe is an 8-man tag match?
I mean,
he did say whoever pins you becomes Cogeco champion, so that could be anyone on his team.
Well, that means anyone could take this from me, but that would imply that there's someone who can and no one can. So we're good. We're good. We don't need to worry about that. As for am I okay? I mean, he broke into my house. He jumped me in the middle of a very interview. I did a very respectful interview too, and he jumping me, attacking me. I
I'm baffled. I don't know what to think. I wasn't expecting any of this to happen. I don't know what to think.
unbelievable. This is took a hell of a turn. I'm gonna have. I gotta get a team together mainly now because already this was just about being him, but now I gotta make sure this is secured.
If you need somebody, I can talk to Adam.
I might consider that. Who knows? Though? Who knows?
Adam, as no one knows, give me just a minute. I'm going to go and grab Adam for you really quick. Just give me 1 second. We're going to have Adam come on the show and chat with you real quick. Just give me 1 second. Yo, Adam, we might need you on this to talk to Joshua Snyper for just a moment. So we can kind of figure something out, because I know that you fought Maximus for a spot at the World Championship, Adam, and you must be pretty upset and looking for a new start, a new win, Adam. So we need you on the show for just a minute to talk to Josh Snyper, because I know you said that you wanted to join forces with him at some point, and now he's wanting to know why you haven't said anything to him. So how about you just hop on camera for just a second, my friend, and you just talk to him about joining forces with him at the pay-per-view coming up here in a few weeks. And just give your thoughts on what just transpired, because I know you were watching, Adam. Oh, yes, you were right. Hello, Josh.
Hello.
It's been a while since I've signed with KXW, and I know that you've been talking a few times and saying that I've been nowhere to be found and that I hold myself to this high standard and I'm not a champion. So, this is my formal, I guess you could say, question for you. I will join forces with you at Survival if you'd like, because let's be honest, a villain can't be trusted. And considering it's for your title, you may not want to trust a villain, but I can reassure you that you and I, my friend, are quite alike in many ways. As I said when I first signed with KXW, we come from a similar background. We both built our names to the top. We've both been the faces of many companies. As you're the face of the network, I was the face of a revolution. So I know what it takes to win when the lights are the brightest and when the stakes are at their highest. So this is my formal push, I guess you could say. What do you say, my friend?
Well, Mr. Styles, I appreciate your offer, but you gotta understand that this is the most important thing to me at this moment. This is all I got. And well, you also must understand that when it comes to a championship, I do not trust you within the least, especially when this is on the line, because I know that you are a man about gold and opportunity and success, and it would not surprise me for the some bitch you just jumped me to make you an offer that if you screwed me, you could get this or something like that, because we just know he will do anything to beat me. So You gotta understand that I'm just not jumping to trust people at this very moment, especially a villain like yourself.
But see, Josh, that's where things can be double standard. He could make me an offer, I could accept that offer, but once again, you never trust the villain. Let's say you offer me something more, say a title match. If I help you retain your championship, that is, I may take that offer. But if there's money involved, I may side with the other forces. But a title match is a little more appealing to the villain. Or I could just say to hell with your championship, because let's be honest, I'm not really looking to hold a network title. So, with that being said,
Hold up. You're not looking to hold this title.
no.
Don't disrespect yourself. Let me remind you something there, Mr. Styles here. Let's remember that you could have been in the main event of Misery Biz because you were in the semifinals, but what happened in that match again? What happened in that match with Max Maximus? Do you remember what happened in that match? Oh, you lost, that's right. Also, let's remember, Miss Styles, if just in case you do decide to join the side of the other side, let's also remind you that you were not even in that dang tournament in the goddamn first place, and the only reason you were in is because another person got injured or couldn't make the show. If you weren't that, you wouldn't have probably even been in that. You wouldn't have been in that semifinals. I'm not sure you would have been on Misery Biz in the first place.
Maybe, just maybe, I'm going to go and talk to Christian Payne. And I can assure you, Mr. Sniper, that you'll be seeing me very, very soon. And let me reassure you, if I wanted your Cogeco championship, I would already have it around my waist. Because if you knew anything about Adam Styles and you watched what I did on SSW, you would know that when the villain shoots, he don't miss. So I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this, Mr. Sniper. You could have the greatest match of your career against the villain, the living legend Adam Styles, for your Cogeco championship. But I think the reason why you don't want to have that match, because you might be scared. Might just be a little bit scared that the villain is everything that he says he is and will take your precious little title off of your waist and place it on mine, just like I did the SSW World Championship.
I think you're straight delusional.
You think I'm delusional?
I think you're delusional. If you think you could just, if you wanted this, you could already have it, considering the fact you can't get it done, boy. KXW, you can't get it done.
I'll reassure you, my next match, I'm going to drop my opponent on his fucking head, and then I'm going to come for your championship.
We'll see about that.
I can reassure you. I will be calling Christian Payne.
I'll be waiting.
Oh, and you better hold that title just a little bit closer, my friend, and hug it just a little tighter tonight. Because within a blink of an eye, title could just disappear off your shoulder.
I doubt that.
Oh, I know it. Yo, DC, come and get this interview taken care of. The villain's done. I'll be seeing you soon, Mr. Sniper.
All right.
Oh, Adam. Hold on a second, my friend. I told you just to talk to him, not get him riled up about a championship match. What are you thinking? I want a title. What am I supposed to do, DC? I telling him I want his title, but I guess he's just too scared. Adam, shut up. I'm going to talk to you in a minute because that was uncalled for. Josh, I am so sorry. Let me apologize for the way that Adam was just talking. I'm going to take care of that here in just a minute. I'm sorry that he treated you.
My point.
With,
I proved my point, didn't it?
I'm sorry that he disrespected you on the show. You're my guest. I was not expecting him to do all that. I'm very sorry. Please take my apology, please. I had no clue he was going to do that. I will personally call Christian Payne and make sure that Adam doesn't have any part in your match. As you know, he may cost you your title with what he was just talking about, or maybe he'll help you, but who knows? And you can never trust a villain, as he did say. But I will take care of it. I am very sorry. Do you have any last words before we?
Well, my last thing is Christian Payne and his team are dead men.
Yes.
They're screwed no matter what. And if Mr. Styles here to stick his nose in my business and cost me this, then maybe I might have to make a different appearance and cost him his.
Oh.
I'm just saying. Might want to think who he's missing.
I'm sure he would have something to say to you about that too, but we're going to leave him out of the conversation for now. Well, leave him in the back because we already know what he's going to end up saying. But thank you for coming on the show. I'm sorry that I didn't have you on sooner. I know you were asking for a spot on the show for quite some time now. But again, I'd like to apologize for the way that Adam just treated you after you just happened to get jumped in your own home and had your title thrown at you the way it was. But nonetheless, I do apologize for the way that Adam just kind of sprung out of nowhere.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll deal with him later.
Well, it was fun having you on the show. We definitely learned a lot about you. We touched on quite a few subjects and got a few touchy on a few of them, and we seen you have a fight on the show we always do say that Chilling with the Villain brings history, and that was definitely a history-making thing with it being the first time anyone's ever got jumped on the show. If that's all you got for us, thank you for hopping on the show. I look forward to seeing your matches and look forward to seeing that match at Survival against Christian Payne and his dead team. Hopefully it's not his family, though, as you were saying. As you said that his family needs his family to help him get out of certain situations.
Hopefully he has friends.
Yeah. So thanks for coming on the show. It was great talking to you, and I look forward to having you on the show again. We might have to get you on after Survival or something.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. You have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Whenever this is posted on YouTube, I'm sure people are going to enjoy seeing that this interview, of course, seeing this whole episode, and a lot of things happened tonight. So thank you again for coming on the show, and we will hopefully chat with you later, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. You have a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry for how Adam was on the show today. Usually he's not so gimmicky, but yeah, that was very uncalled for of him to treat our guests that way. But nonetheless, I do see that Mr. Amazing popped in and said, not being at work, I would land a atomic bomb in that show. Be sure of that. I'm sure you would, Mr. Amazing, and I'm sure Adam would have something to say to you as well. But he is not here on the show anymore. He was just on just a few minutes ago. But again, thank you all for tuning in to Chillin' with the Villain episode 2. We will probably be back next week for episode 3 with some new guests on the show. Hopefully we'll see the Money pop in, or any of the other Southern Smoke boys, maybe a couple more talent members. Again, thank you to Manny fucking Diaz for coming on the show tonight and talking with us a bit. And thank you to Josh Snyper for coming on the show and chatting a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Chillin' with the Villain. And remember, if it isn't my face or my name, it just ain't the trend.